Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. In today's video I'm taking a look at Wei Jiang's Alcee, which is a support fighter, part of their Robo Force line. This is of course the Oversized Generations Arcee. Now when the original Arcee came out, I was humming and hawing as to whether it would be acceptable to place it in my masterpiece collection, and she was just too small. And then these guys released this, an oversized version to tie in with your masterpiece figures. First of all, look at the box art. We've got a very nice picture of Prime in the back there, and probably the scariest picture of Arcee I have ever seen in my life. Her eyes literally look into my soul. Just spinning the box around, we've got Arcee on the back there with her detachable back kibble. With the original Transformer, this was all part and parcel and it all transformed up, but the results were some slightly oversized back kibble, which didn't really scream Generation 1 animation to me. They've rectified this by making it a parts-forming detachable piece. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I would assume that 85 to 90% of people that are buying this product are going to buy it just to display Arcee in her robot mode. Arcee is securely packaged in a plastic clamshell, and because it's Wei Jiang, we know we're going to get a decent figure. If you're new to the knockoff world, there are various different companies out there making bootleg Transformers, but the likes of Bao, Wei Jiang and Yes Model are up there amongst the best at doing what they do. Here we have her out of her plastic prison, and thankfully she looks a lot less derpy than what she looked on the box. Now, she's not perfect. At the end of the day, we're paying next to nothing for this figure. She is very cheap, but she does have some nice heft to her. She's easily on par with Hasbro in terms of plastic quality. The sculpt and paint apps are pretty good. It's not the exact colour that we need. Ideally we wanted her kind of more of a lighter shade of pink, in my opinion, and she does have these curvaceous hips. You know, she's got some junk inside that trunk. Her Energon milkshakes can bring all the bots to the yard. A weapon storage. We can attach these two sections together to form a shield of such, and the gun can be stored on here. She can't really hold the shield though. I would like something to kind of clip that on her arm. Yeah, just because it's a mod that they've made, it would have been nice to actually be able to use these as parts as opposed to just kind of having them stood around. The swords can still attach to her legs, but now that she's bigger, swords do look even more ridiculous in my opinion. Now, of course, the swords are IDW based, and the Arcee in IDW Comics has swords, so if you're a G1 purist, you probably haven't seen Arcee with swords. I don't think there is any episodes when she's fighting with them. No doubt I'm probably wrong, let me know if I am. But yes, the swords are pretty nice. They're what we've kind of come to expect. They're just oversized. I like the grey handle thing we've got going on here. I believe the original was just all translucent blue. She also comes with a pistol. Again, I believe that was just grey with the original toy. It's nice little silver accents on there. It's something different. Again, this can be stored on her leg like so, and that doesn't look too bad at all. I think she can get away with having that like that. Taking a closer look at the sculpt, very Princess Leia-ish indeed. We do still have some nice light piping behind those eyes there. Good shape, good size. We do have fixed hands. You know, this is a good base model though, and no doubt we'll probably get upgrades come out for this to make it more like the 86 movie or the Season 3, Season 4 appearances of Arcee. This is a good, solid base figure. The backpack section, that's pretty hollowed out as to what we were expecting. All of the internal sections have been removed. Now, there's some weight to her. There is some die cast in here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where, but there's definitely some heft. There's got to be something going on there. And although you should never ask her lady, her weight. Arcee weighs a whopping 92 grams. That's a mere 3 ounces. Articulation wise, the head is ball mounted, so we can look up and down, we can go left and right, we can kind of get some quizzical poses going on. So, where's Daniel? The shoulders again are ball mounted, so they go up and down. These can all be tightened. You can get some floor polish and put that on there, or some nail polish, maybe some super glue, let it dry, and then just reattach the joint to stiffen those up. I'm not going to do that, I'm going to leave it as it is, but the motion's definitely a little bit freer than what I like. We get a mushroom peg, which allows us to have some upper bicep rotation. We get a nice bend at the elbow. There is no waist rotation. I would have liked some waist rotation in there, but due to the transformation, this section here is completely fixed. The legs can come forwards and backwards. We can kick out to the side, but it's kind of limited. You have to bring the leg down, then up, then up, then up, and then bring the leg all the way up to the side. It's not the most natural looking of poses. It's because of the double hinge that's going on there as part of the transformation, but looking at it like that, I guess we do get some outer thigh movement. We get a rotation at the knee, which is nice because we don't get any upper thigh rotation, and we do get a nice deep bend at the knee as well. Coming down to the feet, we get forwards and backwards, and again, unfortunately, that is it. We don't get any pivoting. But even with her limitations in the articulation, she can still pull off some pretty decent poses. Now, I'm over the moon that they got rid of her stiletto heels that the original toy had. Giving her some nice, big, chunky heel spurs really does make the world of difference. Now, from the floor to the top of her backpack, Arcee stands at 7 inches. That's around 17 centimeters. For a quick scale comparison, the question is, does she fit in with some of her movie cast brethren? And the survey says, yes, she does. I think she looks pretty darn perfect, especially alongside the likes of Hot Rod and Daniel. Wei Jiang have been incredibly clever in doing this. They've listened to what the Transformer fandom have been saying, and they've given us a figure which is going to fill a big gap in a lot of collectors' Season 3 casts. Now, it's not actually essential that we take these back sections off. They come uninstalled in the packaging, but they do just peg straight back in. They're just not fixed. On the original, they were fixed into place. These sections just peg in like so. Now we can just slide this section in and out as we see fit. I know some people don't like how it looks with the whole hollow section, so the option to replace all of these fixtures is not for me, but I like the fact they've given us the option to do it anyway. But to get Arcee transformed up, they suggest in the instructions that we have these parts already attached to her. You want to just pull the head forwards, and that untabs from this section here. Lift the torso section up, just lift that up, and this section is going to come all the way up like this, and we can bring Arcee's head up so it's in this position, and then holding on to this section here, bring this section backwards, and it's going to just close off like that. Rock the shoulder sections up to the center, working that thigh joint all the way upwards. We can then rotate this section around and collapse the foot, so it's going to slide into this cavity here. And as we do that, you want to just flip open the tailgate section and bring that down, and that's going to just tab in and locate either side of these thighs at the back here, and then it's just a matter of just lining all of these sections up. I like to also rotate the arms at the elbows and then just tab them into the crotch section here. It just keeps them out of the way and keeps it nice and clean. And there we have her old mode. It's not perfect. The legs don't stay in quite as they should. The original had more tabs, but it's an alt mode nonetheless, and it's not bad. You know, it's very Penelope pit stop. We've got a detailed dashboard going on now with what appears to be some blower heaters there and a steering wheel. You've got a couple of seats, very in keeping size-wise with the Masterpiece style. And it does roll, albeit not amazingly, but it does roll nonetheless. Lengthwise in vehicle mode, we're looking around 6 inches. That's around 15 or 16 centimetres. She's around 3 inches at her widest, which is around 7.5 centimetres. And here she is alongside Carly and Smokescreen. Like I said, she's very in keeping scale-wise. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, Wei Jiang Alcee. She is a very cheap and very affordable version of Arcee, and in my personal opinion, she is a very good option for those who are impatient like myself and want an Arcee in their collection yesterday. She fits in very well with the rest of the movie cast. I'm going to stick her on my Season 3 shelf. She's probably going to be too small for the Season 4 because they're big, chunky headmasters. But Season 3, I think she fits in very well. Until we get a Masterpiece style offering from the likes of Fans Toys, then I am more than happy to have this as my Masterpiece Arcee. Thanks again to the guys at TF Direct for making this review possible. I've included a link to where I bought this in the description below, just down here. And until next time, from myself and Alcee, thanks for watching. Goodbye.